Hello, today we will be discussing one of the most critical topics in modern workplaces, corporate data security. In particular, we will take a closer look at this topic through the HSM shredstar X10 solution. Yes, in fact, everything starts with this fundamental principle: professional protection of information and documents in the workplace. Just think about it. In today's offices, every document you handle, from financial records to customer data, actually contains sensitive information. And protecting this information is no longer a choice. It is both a legal and commercial obligation. So what will our roadmap look like? First, we will talk about the importance of professional information and document protection. Next, we will examine the HSM shredstar X10 as a solution. After that, we will look at its basic functions, technical features, and finally, we will wrap up our topic by reviewing the assurance provided by HSM Turkey. Yes, our first section is professional information and document protection. Now, when it comes to data security, most of us immediately think of cyber threats, hackers, and so on. But actually, that's not the whole picture. The secure destruction of physical documents is often overlooked, but it's just as critical as digital security. Look, it's not just about simple paper waste, it's much deeper than that. Think about your company's strategic plans, your employees' personal data, or important invoices. All these documents can pose very serious risks if they fall into the wrong hands. That's why a secure destruction policy is no longer a luxury, but a necessity. So, what kind of solution do we have for this universal problem? Now we're getting right to the heart of the matter. Right in front of us is a professional tool designed specifically with these corporate challenges in mind: HSM shredstar X10. Let's make this clear from the start. This device is not just an ordinary office tool, it's a professional solution developed to securely destroy both paper documents and digital media, like CDs or cards, that are no longer in use. Its task is very simple and clear: to eliminate sensitive information in such a way that it can never be reassembled. Alright, but what exactly does this device do in practice? Now, let's take a closer look at its basic functions and how these functions can benefit you in your daily office life. Today, data security risks are no longer limited to just paper. It has gone far beyond that. So, old backup CDs, DVDs containing presentations, even old credit cards. All of these actually still contain sensitive information and can pose a serious security risk. This is exactly where one of the most practical features of the shredstar X10 comes into play. The device has a completely separate shredding unit for CDs, DVDs, and credit cards. So what does this mean? You can securely destroy both your papers and these digital materials at the same time. Even better, the destroyed digital media waste is collected in a separate bin from the paper. This makes sorting and recycling the waste much easier, so you get both security and organization together. Now let's move on to another important topic: user experience. We all know that an efficient office is also one that is quiet and allows for concentration. The noise produced by equipment that runs constantly can really be a major distraction. The X10, designed with modern offices in mind, truly minimizes ambient noise thanks to its quiet operation mode. The LED indicators on the device instantly inform you about its status. For example, whether the power is on, if there is an overload, or if there is an overheating issue. Additionally, with smart features like automatic start and stop and a reverse function that prevents paper jams, it also ensures your workflow is not interrupted. Yes, everything we've discussed so far sounds great, but there's also the technical side of the coin. In other words, the tangible proof of its performance. Now, let's focus on the technical features and security standards that truly reveal the product's real power. Because what proves a product's claims are the numbers. And among the technical features, let's start with perhaps the most important one: the security level. This device has the P-4 standard. So what does that mean? P-4 is an international standard that guarantees destroyed documents are shredded into pieces so small, tiny particles by cross-cutting, that they can never be reassembled. This is a critical level, especially in terms of compliance with laws like the KVKK. So if you work with highly confidential data such as in finance or healthcare, the P-4 level is a necessity for you. This means a much higher level of security compared to those old-style strip-cut machines. Here are the two main indicators of performance. On one hand, there's efficiency, the capacity to shred up to 10 pages at once. On the other hand, there's security. It shreds each sheet of paper into tiny pieces measuring 4.5 by 30 millimeters. This particle size is concrete proof of the P-4 security level, and it is nearly impossible to recover any data from pieces of this size. Let's also take a look at the other key technical features. For example, the 20-liter container capacity eliminates the need for frequent emptying. The noise level being around 58 decibels means it won't cause any disturbance in a standard office environment. As you can see, all these data clearly demonstrate both the device's performance capacity and its user-friendly design. And let's end our presentation with this very important question. How strong is your organization's data security really? Remember, you may have the most advanced digital security systems, but a single sheet of paper or an old CD on your desk can be the weakest link in your entire security chain. Reflecting on this question is the first and most important step toward creating a safer work environment. Thank you for listening.